What is up, punters and dribblers? Welcome back to another episode of About Even. Round 10, I believe, of Rugby League kicking off this weekend. Magic Round. We will be in Magic Round. Don't you worry about that. Obviously brought to you by Neds. Shout out to Neds for their support. You can join our private Neds group in the Groups tab on the Neds app. The secret password is Dribbler. No S. Dribbler. But we thank Neds for their support. If you're going to have a punt, do it responsibly, please. But we are going to be in Magic Round.
Where are we going to be, Tom?
Friday, Caxton Brewing Co. 6 p.m. We'll probably get there. We're doing a live stream for Manly v. the Broncos, which starts at 8 p.m. But from about 6:30, we'll do a bit of a meet and greet. If you feel like coming along and saying g'day, Kempy's going to be there as well. Sebbo's going to be there. Tobler will be there, but we will not be allowing anyone to take photos with him because he will be working on his golf swing and filming.
It will go to his head, and we don't want that. He's already got an inflated sense of self.
His mate who is
well, apparently what's he been doing?
What's the name of your mate who helped us out with the Durs, and what's his company called? LME Electronics.
Best in the business.
Best in the business. Not an ad. But he came in and helped us out with like the lighting and the hanging and shit here. But he was saying Tobler's been like fucking going around to people at like the pub and two up on Anzac Day and shit. Was like, oh wait, like are you asking for a photo? And they're like, no.
Oh wow. When they say hello to him, he thinks they want a photo.
Yeah,
right.
So,
which is awfully embarrassing. Which is why he won't be allowed to get photos because we can't have that sort of energy around.
We need to recalibrate Tobler.
It's in the bunker room.
Yes.
At the Caxton Street Brewing Co.
Yeah.
Not in the main area. It's downstairs, I believe. I've actually never been there.
No, but limited numbers.
Just ask for the bunker room.
Limited numbers, so get there.
We'll be square.
We'll be doing the live stream for the Manly Broncos, and then we'll be ripping and tearing. So if you feel like ripping and tearing, we'll see you there. Now, as always, we're doing Rugby League this week. We've got our UFC bets for UFC 288, Cejudo and Sterling. Randos, Hot Boys, Randos, Bet of the Week. Lippy Dribbler this week is...
His name, you might know him, where is it? Sean Kelly, but he's the Pooey Rock.
Sean DePaul.
I thought it was going to be Sean Kepi.
Well, I don't know why. I thought DePaul, but...
Do you mean just Sean Paul?
Yeah, but Sean DePaul.
Not DePaul.
No, I know. Sean Paul.
Well, you said DePaul. Why DePaul? That's Vincent DePaul.
Because that's how he sings it. Sean DePaul.
Does he?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Get it on to the early morning.
I know the artist.
No.
Yeah, okay.
You know,
It wasn't part of my rotation. Or I
Really?
had to
Sean
see
Paul
it.
fucking slapped back in the day.
I know. I'm not saying he didn't. It just wasn't part of my...
No, that's exactly what you're saying.
There is something a bit weird, though, about, like, there are certain types of performers who say their names in their performance, like Sean Paul, I'm assuming.
DJ Khaled?
DJ Khaled, Pitbull, probably. Mr. Worldwide.
Well, he's Mr. Worldwide. DJ Khaled seems like he did pretty well out of doing that whole DJ Khaled thing, though.
No, he did. I'm not saying he doesn't do well. I'm just saying there's a certain type of performer who does.
Yes.
It can be a thing. But Sean Kelly, he's the Pooey Rock Slinger dribbler from the Dribbler Hotline.
The Pooey Socks?
Pooey Socks.
Pooey Socks.
Yep.
I was going to say
I
Pooey
was
Rocks.
like, Pooey Rocks, I don't remember that.
Means he's
I
shitting out
don't
a rock,
have my
right?
glasses on.
That's okay. Sean Kelly. Now he had a one night stand over in England and needed to poo, didn't have toilet paper, wiped his ass with his socks.
And then just threw him onto the driveway.
Yeah.
Didn't ball him up and
up.
get a good throw in.
No.
Just flung him out onto the driveway.
Jesus
A
Christ.
weak arm, and then the next morning, the chick who was sleeping with his mother was coming over to pick him up to take him somewhere, and he wanted a lift, and then they found pooey soiled socks on the driveway.
Next to the car.
Not something that bad, but something recently like that. When we played in the Bondi Classic, right? And we were wearing green board shorts, our team, and kicked off at like 11 a.m. drinking, and then this is, maybe 1 a.m. into the night. I'm at Paddy's house.
Oh, no.
And I go take a piss, and when you think you're pissing and you've got everything sorted, but you just leave a huge... I've just left a huge patch on bright lime green shorts, so it's so obvious.
Oh my God.
And there was like a few people there, and I'm like, this is embarrassing. So I just walk into like his bedroom, just go through and just find like somewhat greenish, like grey shorts and throw mine out the front of the window. I'm like, I'll pick these up later, I remember. And then when, of course, I didn't remember. And then they're like, hey, Seb, found your shorts like out front. And I'm just like, hope you didn't touch it.
That's, at least there wasn't poo on them, but that's tough.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, urine's okay.
Yeah.
Poo's a different.
Poo's
Oh,
a
yeah, it's a
fucking
different word.
You
But just
remember
the
when I
audacity.
pooed myself when we were on holidays together?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I
You're in a hammock.
Yeah, I was in a hammock.
Yeah.
I shit
How many
myself.
times have you shit yourself? Do you think?
Dude, enough to fill up at least one hand's worth of poos, probably, in my adult life.
More than 5.
I honestly didn't believe him until he actually
I
showed
go,
me the
dude, I
shit.
think
I'm
I've
like,
shit
as
myself.
if, dude.
And
Like,
he's
we're
like, no,
lying
you
in a
haven't.
hammock
And I'm
in Fiji. How can you
and
shit
then there
yourself?
was poo. Anyway,
Why'd you need to show him?
because I wasn't even sure. At some point, even I was questioning myself. Was that just one of those piping hot farts, or did I poo myself?
Oh my god!
Anyway,
disgraceful.
great start as always. Unit Scuba 10 to 10,000. We've got our Magic Round Magic Multis, which is just another excuse to put on a fucking rogue same go.
Well, it's just another
Yeah, but
one
if-
unit bet.
You might see it as an excuse, but I believe they're in Magic, and
Yes,
I
so do
reckon
I.
one of these will get up.
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe in Magic.
Yeah.
Always have.
Yeah.
Shout out to Oz from American Pie who sang that song. Do you believe?
Oh yeah,
in
Oz.
magic?
Whatever happened to Oz?
Nothing. Because that's what happens when you're that guy in that movie. Bit of accountability. Now, I mean, look, I'm sort of after having a 1-out dub, I've kind of returned to my old ways a little
Which
bit.
is like 0 bets.
Yeah, the Lippy kicked things off quite well though. Sharks humping Randos Cowboys because the Cowboys suck. 44-6. The Lippy here. The Lippy's come in. It's not a huge odds bet, but it's a good bet.
It's a good bet.
We fucked Talakai, by the way. We should probably acknowledge that off the
No, we didn't fuck him. Made him score a try. That's
well,
not
yeah, but
fucking
sort of
him.
fucked him for us.
I don't know how I ignore that sort of stuff.
Well, it's hard to, especially when you're one saying it, and it's up to the viewers or the Lippy dribblers to we put out those breadcrumbs all the time. You know what I mean? All the time. And it's hard for us to see it because we probably don't rewatch the show or notice while it's happening. But
Well, as soon as I'm done, I've forgotten everything I basically said.
So, look, maybe we got to, but it's a kind of catch-22 because if you put Woo up on shitting on Talakai because you think he's going to score, because a few of us, we all basically have to be in the same mindset for it to happen. Like, we all have to be like, he's not going to score, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it was because it's when we shit on people.
We didn't shit on him. We were being friendly. We were just saying
You
that
know
he
what
basically
I mean?
hasn't
You know
done
what?
anything.
You know what I mean by that. I mean,
I
we
tell you
hadn't
what,
scored.
no amount of shitting on Bradman Best seems to work.
Yeah.
No disrespect. He'll score this week.
But we also gave a little bit of shit to Raimi as well. Like,
I know, we
we
did
boxed
give it
him
to him,
in
we
that
did,
group.
yeah.
We didn't go into him specifically.
We said life's too short to pick him for us.
And he
at any
scored.
time.
Yeah.
So listen, I'm not going to forget that Bradman Best comment, Tom.
No.
Don't worry about that.
No, don't forget it. But look, Lippy, only man to get up there. Sharks.
No.
Oh, sorry,
Yep.
Sebbo
Yep.
again, of course.
Yep.
Sorry.
Waiting for his
Put me
moment.
on Wall Street. I understand how the stock market works. You guys were all on Kennedy after a hat trick. Mulatalo fucks a try up. I said double down when there's blood in the streets, and that's what happened.
I got my Teague Wilton. You know, it was funny. A dribbler pointed out that all of our Sharks bets from the week before all got up.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
What can you do?
you know.
What can you do?
What can you do? You just fucking move on and go again, don't
And
you?
you do move on, and it's Eels defeating the Knights,
Yeah, they did.
43-12. Now, I've got a question here for
There's a
everyone.
lot of red on this Excel
There's a
spreadsheet.
lot of red.
Like a lot of red.
I've got a question for the group.
Yeah, mate.
If there's a situation that we might have here where only one person gets a single leg out of the entire game, and
Yeah, what
that
are you
bet,
angling
do
for?
I get anything for that?
No.
No.
Nothing?
No, nothing.
Nothing.
No, you get your leg to be part of your leg percentage. That's all you get.
That's about it, Tom.
That's fucking bullshit.
Lot of red. No
lot of red.
Penasini. No Knights plus 7.5. No Sebbo. No Marzu. No Parramatta 1 to 12. Bad.
Bad. Let's move on from that one because that was gross. Except
Yeah, let's
for me.
move on to the Rabbitohs defeating the Broncos.
Rabbitohs defeating the Broncos. I'm
Now,
going to leave it to you guys.
I tell you what.
Bad Beat City. Can we call it?
I tell you what. This is a situation, Tom, where last time it was all red with one bit of green. No one got anything. This is all green with one bit of red, which is yours. You don't get anything.
Yeah. It's a bad beat.
It's not a bad bet.
No, we can say that.
A bad beat is if
If he drops the ball over the line.
He did. He
Thank
did drop
you.
the ball. He had a
Over the
chance
line.
where they kicked it and he tried to put the ball down and he bounced it
over the line.
over the literally just
Yeah.
before the dead ball line. Yeah.
Yeah. So?
That's not a bad bet.
You fucking idiot.
That's not a bad bet.
Shut the fuck up.
Well, it sounded like a really tough chance.
Mate, it was a $34.80.
That's a tough chance.
fucking
Well,
bad
it's a tough
bet.
chance.
If a bad beats lunch, that's recess.
Oh,
you know what I
piss
mean?
off.
Like,
yeah, that's
Fuck you guys. You take everyone through your successful bets. You
Rabbitohs, thanks for coming. Campbell Graham, thanks for coming. Trell, thanks for covering 725. Piece of piss.
yeah.
Easy. Easy peasy.
I
Lemon
did a
squeezy.
double steak on Cody, you know. I didn't even believe it was him because he popped up on the right-hand side, go over off Campbell Gray and offload, 494, double staked. I'll take that. Easy game.
Take it every of the week.
And then the Lippy went Cambo and Arthur's. Just so everyone wants, in case anyone wants to know what I did have, I had Cambo, Cody, Gutho, and I actually think it was Trell, not Gutho, Edward. But and then I had Sell and Cobbo, and Cobbo didn't go over.
Is Throbbo in a bit of a lean patch at the moment?
I'm not prepared to say that. I think his team just got fucking pumped.
Yeah, he's pretty good at Suncorp Stadium, so he rarely misses. He always scores a try. He scored a try in every game except that one.
Okay.
Right.
So listen, that's a bad beat for Dad, and we'll mark that down. Daddy got a bad beat.
Sure.
Thank you.
Sure. Look, whatever. Doesn't really bother me.
No.
If you think you got a bad beat or not because you still didn't win, so it doesn't really matter.
That's true.
You know?
Now, this... You've stopped putting the results in there, Edward. But
Raiders,
we've got Raiders
defeating... Raiders 31 defeating Dolphins 30.
Yep.
Yeah, so what exactly... Is that not there, isn't it? Or are you just being...
Oh, sorry, dude. Hey, guys, I'd like to officially apologise to Edward. That's my fault. And I'm starting off the show in a really bad way. And let's hope it doesn't translate.
A lot of Huddy action. And no Huddies. So a lot of Huddy action from the punters, no Huddies.
Yeah.
Huddyless round, which isn't good because I had a hammer crosses. I'm starting to feel good about myself, starting to touch myself, Tom.
Yeah.
But couldn't climax because no Huddy.
Yeah. Jackie Boy White and getting over was the most obvious bet of all time.
Yeah.
We just don't. Sometimes we let ourselves down. Sometimes we disappoint ourselves.
Especially story headline like news cycle bets.
Yeah.
They're some of my favourite easy ones. Low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
But I mean, I put him on for 2 on a side thing. He didn't get 2, but like I felt the Jackie vibe later. But I should have just doubled down and
Dude, you went way too hard at 2. The news cycle bet, you just need to have a little touch.
I know.
A little fucking lick of it. But that fucking didn't look good for anyone. We move on to Titans defeating the Seagulls in what was an awful game of rugby league to watch. But again, Daddy only wanted to get a leg. Can't pee.
Lot of red.
If Brimo stays on, he scores a try. The overs hit. And,
Well, to be honest, Saab almost scored. Hamole almost scored. And then Manly turned to shit. Then Khan did score. Brew if he stays on, would have scored. So that's almost a bad beat.
Well, by that logic, Saab and Hamali, my bet gets up. You know what I mean? Basically, at
Bad beat for you
552.
too.
Yeah, bad beat, shocking beat.
Bad beats all
Manly
round.
getting pretty I'm not going to be talking about actual form. That's not the job in this show. It's about punting. And Manly are becoming a real fucking nightmare to punt on.
Because historically have been great.
Yeah, it used to be like meat and potatoes, you know?
Yeah.
Now it's...
There's a part of me, though, that, like, meat and potatoes are hard to come by generally in the NRL at the moment. Like, there was a bit of a Hammer Isako meat and potato flowing around. Campbell Graham,
South Win, and maybe
But like, he
Latrell.
wasn't meat and potatoes. Last year, it was their left side. And so now it's like, I'm now having to look for meat and potatoes in other
but you
fields
can
that
at
I
least-
haven't, I'm not used to digging in those fields.
You can justify... Like, South is probably the closest to a meat and potatoes. It's, like, not... there, but it's the closest. You can at least see it. You can see it on the menu.
Yes.
Right now, with Manly and even Penrith to an extent, you can't see any meat and potatoes.
No.
It's like, it's a blank fucking menu, and it's like you're getting rorted.
Well, you don't know
what I
where
mean?
to go to find it.
No, you don't.
Now, Tigers defeating the Panthers just fucked everyone. We all had unders, except for the Lippy, who had Panthers 13 plus, but our unders, Hoskins, Edwards, did not get up. And we were all very confident of that.
Yeah.
Well, we liked the look of it. It just felt really nice. You know, sometimes a bet can feel creamy almost, like in a good way. Like, oh, that's a nice bet.
Yeah.
And
definitely
then reality smacks you in your fucking face and you realise it was all a lie and that you
for
failed
nothing.
once again.
Yep.
Unders hit. I tell you what, just going hard in the paint at unders would have been a nice bet. We were told it was going to be fucking torrential. It
And
was 43 and a half.
I
think
really
the
enjoyed
The
total.
Tigers line as well, 18 points in the rain.
Yeah.
Pretty obvious.
I really enjoy, though, every once in a while just going like, I'm going to remove all sort of like worldly obstacles and things to weigh me down and just go, and not on this show, this is just in my private personal life, I go responsibly hard at like overs and unders and just sit there and just come what may.
It's a lot more fun because you can just plug yourself into the whole game.
Did you do that with overs and unders in this game?
No, not in this game. Not in this game, but it's something that I definitely enjoy.
Tigers line into unders.
That's what I said. That is literally what I said here. I said,
I don't
think a
remember
try
you saying
scorer.
that.
I don't believe in them. Just take that.
I don't remember. I don't think you said that.
No,
I
okay,
don't
fair
think you
enough.
said
Roll back
that.
the
And
tape.
if you did, you didn't say it very loudly.
No,
you might have
didn't.
whispered
Yeah,
it.
you whispered that one.
Okay, fair.
You fucking yelled out you and Aiken the other
He
week.
did get his first bet of the week in about 4 months, though.
Hey, I was going to get to that when we get there, but yes, thank you.
let's let
The
him-
lock,
let's let him
finally. Finally.
What was it paying? $1.05 or something?
$3.43. Fuck you.
Okay. What was it?
Trell and the Rabbitohs -4.5.
You know what? It's a good bet.
Yeah.
It's a fucking,
It's cute.
it's a cute bet.
It's like, oh, that's cute.
It's a lock.
That's sweet.
What do you want
It's a
it to
cute
be?
bet. Like, listen, if that bet
Well, mine was like $7.25 or something like
Okay,
that.
right.
it'd be like in the friend zone, that bet. You know what I mean?
It's a
Like,
safe Christmas
safe
present.
You've got,
friend
you
zone bet.
guys have got 8 shots to get it right.
It's like
It's friend zone. I'm not going to fuck you.
it's like, it's like holding hands with a girl in your 6.
But she's kind of not into it. She's just placating your sort of
yeah,
desperate
yeah,
whim.
yeah. It's a participation award. Yeah.
I only
You
get
know
one
what I
shot.
mean?
You
You're
guys
out-
get
you're out-
8 shots, and I just get one shot.
out of the
I need
middle.
to fucking hit.
You're out of the medals. You're out of the medals.
Nah, well done. Next, Roosters Warriors.
Shit
Again,
game.
another tough one. I got Satilli.
Satilli's. I don't think that didn't go unseen.
I saw it and I was very excited.
Because I like Satilli. Huge fan of his work. Wish he was starting.
Yeah. Satilli goes over. Joey Manu I needed. Didn't happen. Whatever. That's fine. That was sort of the week that
14-0. Raining as well.
Yeah.
I don't remember Randos saying it was going to be wet.
No,
I
think
did say it was going to be wet
I
in Auckland.
vaguely remember him saying sunny and 25 degrees.
I think you did say sunny. Check
No,
the
I
tapes.
said
Check the tapes.
Check the tapes.
Then Dogs defeating the Dragons in an outcome that when it comes to DMCs we should have picked and we didn't, and that's on us. That's honestly, Dragons lose that game and we should have known that.
But I mean, the Lippy with his brother's bet, like in these sort of games, you never get anything fun like that. Maybe it is smart to just take it when it pops
Yeah.
up. Twins on either side of the wing, like
Siblings.
Twin bet.
Yeah, you normally get no storylines out of these games, so yeah, it's obvious in hindsight, isn't
No,
it?
I'm with you. It is.
He did well.
He did well. But that is the game. Eddie, you take us 10 to 10.
10 to 10,000, none of us hit.
Didn't none of us.
No.
That makes me feel way better because it died on my one. So I was like, oof.
Really fucking ordinary, boys.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
If we look at that though, outside of-
We started really well. Like we got up to like 6s when Sebbo let us down. I think 6 again when fucking Scale let us down. Whips are cracking.
We've been over halfway twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're falling off a cliff.
But look who we
recently.
picked here. I mean, I think Kennedy, in truth, like off the back of a hat trick is why it's a bad call. But like Kennedy scores tries, they all do. But like Kennedy, Marju, Paulo Jennings, that doesn't actually, in hindsight, get me excited at all. From a
No,
10 to
it looks
10,000
like shit.
point.
It looks like
It
shit.
doesn't.
It looks like shit.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. Unit scoopers, no one close. Sebbo 5 from 8 in the Ozaki. Not
That
good.
went down in the second game though, so I was so fucking stoked with that.
Not good enough.
Stupidly having Knights +7. That
I
was
know. I
ridiculous.
just thought they'll put up a fight like they have been, but nah. They're
Listen,
done.
you got it wrong, mate.
Yep.
And it is what it is. Dragons -2.5 was always really bold
Yes. But the
because
Knights.
it's the Dragons.
Yeah.
Anyway, go and lick your wounds. Weekly leaderboard. Forgot to do the legs. We're supposed to come back to them. Didn't do that. But everything else is accurate. Another Lippy.
Lippy wins.
Yeah.
What was his name?
Don't know.
Middleton.
Dude, this is a bad season if we're having the Lippy win this many times.
How many-
Oh, it was the fucking Gerald what is it?
Middleton. Someone meet Reese
Gerald
Middleton.
Reece Middleton.
Reece Middleton.
Oh,
yeah.
Gerald's the wrong guy that we had.
Reece Middleton got 3 bets.
David Middleton.
Sebbo would have been close, but he double staked another bet that didn't get up.
Yep. And then
And that's cost him dearly.
10 to 10K leg, which I can't seem to fucking get right. Also, fucking me. Yeah.
So that's hit us all between the eyes. I think that's the second Lippy this season.
Yeah.
Third Lippy this
Second.
season.
second this season, surely. I think we had 3 before this season.
If you've been a Lippy, you need to DM us
With proof.
Proof, and then because we've got to get your name on the trophy that's coming, which is a big set of lips.
We've had Hemsworth, Bronze Tommy, and one other.
Oh, the guy that got the belt, was that their
Did
season?
Menenti get it?
The belt get it.
Yeah, the belt guy got it, yeah.
Belt guy got it. Oh, Tobler's mate.
Majucci or whatever.
So how many have we had?
I think there's been more than you guys think. We've had a few. There's been a couple on there.
Anyway, we're going to get a trophy that is essentially just a big setup. Lips.
Yeah.
If you're the Lippy, you get up. So Lippy, 3 from 9 bets, plus 7.71. Sebbo, 3 from 10 bets, plus 5.42. I was 1 from 10, minus 1.99. Things aren't going well. And Tom, 0 from 10, minus 4.33.
So things really aren't going well for me.
If you look at the overall leaderboard, Sebbo, 24 from 99 bets, still going at about 25% of his bets, 24.24.
Beating the index funds.
Plus 15.11 units.
Yep, index funds. That's my first goal. Like,
Well, you don't even know what the index is.
I'd say it's 12%. How much is
No
it?
way. The index is not 12%.
What is it?
It'd be like low 2s, 3s. I
Well,
reckon.
like if you're
4s,
investing
5s.
with like big funds and firms, isn't that 12% mark somewhere around?
That's very high. That's extraordinarily.
Maybe
If you get
the
12% every year, you laugh.
yeah.
Well, so he's killing it then. Is he
That's what
better
I'm
than
saying.
that?
That's what I'm saying. He's better than the index.
Okay. Well, like that's I mean,
I don't know. Like, I'm not a finance guy. Is Seb triple the index? Is that fair? Could be.
Warren Buffett. Whatever Warren Buffett's average return over the last 30 years is, find that out for me and figure out if I'm beating Warren at his own game. The amount of staff and resources he's got, and I'm taking Warren on head to head. Like, I just want to beat him by the end.
So,
Operation Beat
so
Buffett.
last year he was down 18%. This year he's up plus 8.47%.
Dude, have you seen there's a dribbler on the About Even group who's tracking my success in line with the Tigers over the whole season? He's like got me on a fucking graph.
Yeah.
And it's not good at the moment.
No, I mean, you haven't hit many bets.
No, I haven't. 9 from 99.
Yeah, but 4 of them are 10 to 10Ks.
Yeah, no, dude, I know.
yeah.
I know, but it's 9 from 99.
Yeah.
3, I've only hit 3 NRL bets in games, I think, all season. And then the rest are 10 into 10Ks.
We love it.
So the overall leaderboard.
So 15.11 for Sebbo. Where that sits against the index, no one knows. I don't even know what the fucking index means. I'm second, minus 21.47. So if I'm like on a mountain and I've slipped, obviously, I've slipped from the summit and I'm hanging on, but I am losing fingers.
Yes, you are.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm losing my grip on the mountain itself. Because I could, like this weekend could be anything. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if I lose every bet this weekend, heaven fucking save us. Like where could I be? It could be anywhere.
You could be in
Well,
there.
side note, Cliffhanger 2 is getting redone. Stallone's part of the cast. So just, I thought I'd say that for the Cliffhanger fans out there when we're
So
talking
wait,
mountains.
he's not climbing cliffs and shit, though.
I'd say he
He's too old
would
to be
probably
hanging.
reprise Frank's role from the first one as like the
old mountain
the
gear
old
guy.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So stay tuned for that.
Very exciting stuff.
The Lippy, great week for them last week's, obviously. 8 from 86 bets, going at 9.3%. I'm going at 15% BTW. Tom going at 9.09% for win percentage. I'm minus 21.47, Lippy minus 22.8, and Tom minus 37.18. Which is starting to get, is that starting to get recordy?
No, we
Yes.
did this last. No, the record was minus in the 40s.
No, not.
I don't know.
Yeah, it
No,
was.
The
That was what-
record finishing was in the 600s left, right? Like finishing the season. But I think when
The
you guys
lowest
got
we
down,
had-
you got down to the 5s, like
When
100
we hit that
left,
70
and then when
unit,
yeah,
right, but we were in the 5s.
We were in the 5s.
I'm not in
yeah.
the fucking 5s. We've had this discussion
But
already.
we've
I'm,
only
in
had-
I'm in the 3s, baby.
The concern is that we're only 9 rounds into a 26 round
plus
plus
finals.
finals season.
Don't you worry about me. I'm not worried about
If you don't
me.
hit a bet this weekend, you'll be in the 5s. You've only got 20.
Well, it may be the 4s.
Well, 4s is not as bad as 5s.
I think.
Oh,
you-
7s rather.
Sorry.
but I'm thinking total bank.
Yeah.
Yeah, so your total bank
Oh,
is
total
600.
bank. Sorry, I'm talking about units.
Yeah, no.
Go
so-
units, because units is easier for everyone else to. Because
Okay.
everyone's, people out there, even though we have our units.
Okay.
it's
Let's not
different.
get bogged down.
No,
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
not.
Let's not get bogged down.
All we need to take from this is that I'm going particularly poorly. I'm in a cold streak, cold snap. But winter's here. So, that's what it's about. I'm turning things around. Let's get some bets going because I'm going to turn things around. First up, we have got the Doggies v. the Raiders. All games at Suncorp this week for Magic Round. Let me remind you, we'll be there. Live show, live stream, 8 p.m, Caxton Street Brewing in the bunker room. Dogs Raiders. Bulldogs, 2.30. Raiders, $1.62. The line, 3.5. Over under 41.5. Monsieur Corbet.
Before I get started into this game specifically, just wanted to provide some general Magic Round stats. This is the 4th edition of this round. 71% of favourites have won, but only 58% have covered the line. 75% of the games have gone over the points handicap. There are 2 teams undefeated in Magic Round, and that's the Rabbitohs and the Roosters. And there are only 2 winless teams, and they are the Dogs and the Dragons, which segues me straight into this first game. The Dogs, they have lost their last 6 games against the Raiders, and they haven't won at Suncorp since 2015, losing their last 10 games. Despite these stats, each of the Dogs' 3 Magic Round games have been decided by 10 points or less. 4 of the last 5 Dogs-Raiders games have been decided by 1 to 12 points, and the Raiders have failed to cover the line against the Dogs away from Canberra in the last 5 seasons. That -4 is a bit low, so I do like plus 12.5 here for the Dogs. For a try scorer, the biggest mismatch is the Dogs attacking left side, who have a 52% try scoring rate. The Raiders' defence have leaked 50% of their tries. The Raiders have led in 10 tries to left wingers and centres. Perham, Alamotti and Burton make up 3 of the top 4 assists for the Dogs, and they all run down that left side. So I'm looking at Declan Casey here, who is $3 and very juicy for a try.
Fuck.
Who?
Just Declan Casey.
Casey.
Yeah.
Oh,
Deck.
I've never heard of his name.
Declan.
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 No, Declan.
Yeah, sure. No disrespect to Declan. It might even be his first game ever. Eddie, what do you think?
Can I be honest with you? I don't get like a huge buzz out of this fixture to open Magic Round. It doesn't make me feel anything, to be honest. It's very limp. And I'm not having a crack here at either side. I'm just saying the fixture, well, I sort of am. The fixture's limp. It's a limp fixture. And I think that Magic Round probably looking for a fucking game with a bit of gusto to get us going. By all that is. In a game with no fucking gusto, I'm just going to go 2 wingers. Carraz and Rapiner. Rappiner's been scoring 3 and 4 games, I think. Carraz has been doing a job in a side that's done basically fuck all this season. I'm just going to put them together, cross the fingers, pray to the gods above, 523.
Nice.
Look, I've found a couple of games like this. In fact, if I'm even just looking at it now, I haven't even fucking put a Sharks Dolphins bet in. Like, there's just some games where I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to do. Yeah. This one has made me feel nothing either. It's honestly just bland. But Raiders, I assume, win. So I've just taken the Raiders.
Even that's not a fucking...
No, it's not. It's not.
You know what I mean? Like you can't tell me Raiders are favourite or...
No, I can't.
I don't even know why the Raiders are $1.62. They should be $2 even.
Yeah, it should be $2. Look, you're right. But I like Savage coming back from injury. He's fast as fuck. Had some time out of the game. On the wing. I like him to score. And then Carraz. Just 2 injured boys coming back from injury with the Raiders to win, 9.38. Do I love the bet? You better believe I don't.
Yeah.
You can't love that bet.
You can't.
I don't think... I would be shocked if I heard a Bulldogs-Raiders game bet this weekend that I loved.
It's impossible.
I don't think I'm going to hear one.
It's a stupid opener because, even WrestleMania 17, right? There was a lot of fluff, but you open it up with an intercontinental title, so you get people excited with the first match, then hide a bit of shit just under it, and then slowly build and build and build to the good stuff. You know what I mean? You should open Magic Round with a blockbuster because it's kind of. I mean, if we don't punt well this weekend, I'm sure we go, but I think you could put it down to this game.
It's kicking us off.
You start with this, you lose your rhythm. So I just go fuck. I've got nothing to think of here. Huddy, everyone was on him last week. I'll try Pokey Machine, linger a bit, and just put him in there.
Fuck, that's not a bad shout.
And Kiraz is back. Love him. 689.
I thought about that with Huddy, but he's
a Pokey bet.
Well, we'll see. I don't want to go too hard because you can also inadvertently make things happen. But he's gone missing for a couple of weeks.
That's
the hard stuff.
You fucking idiot. You idiot. You absolute fucking idiot.
I would be interested to see what I'm capable of.
What's the Lippy doing?
Raiders -4.5 to Moko and Casey. So he knows Casey.
He knows Casey. He knows
Declan.
He knows
he does.
Don't know how.
No, I don't either.
Probably friends with him.
Let's move on. This is the match of the round. Manly taking on the Broncos. This is one to make money on punters dribblers because Manly unfairly outsiders at $3.50. Broncos $1.30. The line 11.5 Australian Rugby League points. And the over under 45 points. Rando.
I'm going to go straight to the line here. In the last 5 years, Manly have covered the line in 60% of their games at Suncorp as the underdog and covered in 67% of their games as the underdog against the Broncos in the last 5 seasons. So I do like Manly straight up plus 11.5. For a lock try scorer, Selwyn Cobbo, unlucky last week. They'll come up against a right side of Manly's that have let in 58% of their tries. So I do like him to score. He also scored a hat-trick last time out against the Broncos. For Manly, though, the Broncos' left side defence has let in 59% of their tries. Herbie has conceded the most tries for Broncos. His opposing centre, Stubby Cooler, has only 1 assist in 23 games. You know he's not going to pass it to Saab. He's going to go himself. So I do like him for a bit of value against Herbs.
I love to hear that, Rando, because I've got Stubby Cooler, Canicola in there. Also, my thought is, everyone's expecting Hamole because he's big and thick, and they're just going to be using him as a decoy. Stubby Cooler back in the side, getting over. Now, you did have... I may have to...
Go on. So what's on the screen?
Well, Selwyn Cobbo, being a prominent try scorer in these fixtures, does lead me to concern around the fact that I've picked Jesse Arthurs for 2 or more, and it's like, do I want to change that? I'm not going to. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to stay strong. Rando's fucked me in the past. I'm removing all results from this game because I'm too emotionally invested, and sometimes emotion clouds judgment. So I'm just going Jesse Arthur's 2 or more tries and Stubby Cooler can of cola any time. You're going to get $18.36. I actually don't think that's a bad bet. Manly will win, but that's not the point. I think that's a pretty good bet.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Manly win. Rando said that Manly's covered the line 60%. That's actually like just over half the time. But what was the score last year at Magic Round?
It's actually not 60%.
It's over half.
It's well over half.
Just
over half
Just
would be
over.
51.
Yeah.
Just over.
No, significantly over.
60 is like, it's 10% over. So it's
what was last year's form like?
Well, it was a 38-0 loss last
we
time.
got pumped.
Yeah, we were there.
38-0.
Yep.
And the Broncos are arguably better this year than they are last year.
So are Manly.
Manly aren't.
Yeah, we are. We got
So
Cole
that
Flanagan
11.5 line is
Aaron
looking
Woods.
pretty good.
Apparently we're getting Luke Brooks, dude. We're fucking we're on the up.
So Broncos minus 11.5, I think is pretty good in Suncorp.
2-time premiership coach Des
in
Hasler gone.
Suncorp, where you've got swap out Des for Seabold,
Good.
bench Schuster,
Yep.
maybe potentially get Brooks coming in.
Bring Aaron Woods.
Tommy seems to be half broken.
Yep.
I think Jake's out.
Jake's out for a month. That's good, though, because we
So-
brought Kepi in to start, so we're good, bro.
11.5.
Simply out for 3 weeks, I think, Eddie, or 2 weeks.
Well, Aaron
suspended.
Woods is filling in,
Aaron
doing
Woods
a job.
is there.
Yeah. So Broncos minus 11.5. Cobbo and Arthur's just go to wing on each side because I think, again, it will be Broncos score 38 points. The wingers will get a couple of them. That's getting you just 489, but that's an easy bet.
I tell you, it'd be an unfortunate turn of events for me is if, like, Cooler had scored, Arthur's had scored 1, and then it's like, I need Arthur's it's like 28-26, and I need an Arthur's try score to get up.
Yeah.
But it comes at the bears of a Manly loss. That would be tough. But I'd take it at this point. No, I'm joking.
Can't do that. When it comes to Manly, historically, this is, at least in the last 10 years, this sort of rings true, is that we'll lose games that we should win. More often than not, we will, and it just seems to be the case. But we'll also win games we shouldn't. Now, I'm not going to say for sure that Manly will win, but I think we can win. We've got a fucking... our side's the strongest it's been in a couple of weeks, if not a couple of months. Less the loss of Jake Trbojevic. But outside of that, it's starting to look a bit like the way it should.
Cooler back, Parker
You know
back.
what I mean? Like there was some players' names there. You're going, well, anyway. If I'm looking for Manly to put in a strong performance, it's going to be off the back of their strong players, their best players. Now, Tommy Turbo's got fucking 5 tries in like 7 games. He goes in. He just does. He pops up at the right fucking times. He's too smart. Yeah, his body might be uncertain. It might be deserting him at times, but he pops up at the right fucking time. He reads the game better than anyone else, and he'll pop up for a fucking meaty. Then Hamole, because he's almost getting to a point where he's unstoppable. Some of his carries on the weekend were fucking biblical. He just runs over the top of motherfuckers. You need 5, 6, 7 blokes now to tackle him. Now, if he gets you exposed, as in 3 men trying to tackle him, good fucking luck. Tommy and Hamale, 825, nice and simple, nice and clean, nice and strong.
Okay. And what about our Lippy? Oh,
Stags, Mum, 470.
he's going for a Stags. I had looked at a Stags. I was like, it wouldn't feel right wrangling a Stags against my own club.
You can't do that. That's
It just didn't. I was like, I can't. I'm
it's
not
like
going
shooting
there.
a giraffe. It's just not right.
No, it's not right.
Yeah.
No, not right at all.
You really do want that stag.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. I want it. Like, listen, I've fired a lot of, like, rounds off.
Yeah.
We got to buy that. After
Yeah.
we finish, I'm going to start looking up stag heads.
Yep.
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 Where do you get that? Like an antique store, though? You couldn't buy
Someone
them
would sell
online.
them online.
You can
as if
buy
they
what
wouldn't.
you don't reckon you can buy them online. Why
Well,
couldn't
like
you?
there's a
I'd rather
storefront
get
who
to
just goes out hunting
No,
and then...
it'd be some guy who goes out
It'd be
there and blows
100%. I'd
fucking
rather
stags
some
out
bloke
and
fucking
shit.
bring it in.
Yeah. Okay.
Much easier.
I thought it'd be like some weird collector thing, not like an online shop, but like go to this guy
Wait,
if you
Dave,
want
can you
to.
find anyone selling stag heads?
I bet you can.
Mounted stag heads.
Be a Gumtree job, I reckon.
Needs to be mounted and room for us to put,
A plaque.
like, the little,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Just 2 for now.
Are they selling them?
with my name on them.
Yeah, of course I do.
Real ones?
Sebbo forgot what year it was.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, there
Okay.
you go.
Yep.
There
You
you go.
can, what can't you buy online?
Yeah, exactly.
What can't you buy online?
We
You
looked
get
at sex dolls last week.
Silk Road, you get people shot on there. Not great.
not that you should, but you could.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Now, we move on to the Warriors versus the Panthers. Warriors 350, Panthers $1.30. The line 10.5 over under 41.5. Rando.
Obviously, the Panthers losing back-to-back games, but they have won 11 of their last 12 games at Suncorp and won their last 6 games against the Warriors. Also need to refresh your mind that the Panthers are 0-3 in the wet this year. However, in the dry, they have won 19 of their last 22 games, covering the line in 68% of those games. They have also covered the line in 3 of their last 4 day games as well. For a try scorer, Sunia Taruva at $2.10, I think is great value. The Warriors are conceding 1 in every 3 tries this season down their right edge, and Jerome Luai seems to turn it on against the Wires. He's got an assist in 4 of his last 5 matches against them.
Okay. So it sounds like you'll maybe change them.
Yeah, I'm swapping my bet around. I originally had the Warriors line because this season don't think I've wrangled a bet on a Penrith game. Like something about it just fucks me off because it's like you don't get any value really because everyone's like, oh, everyone will score, but they haven't been scoring like a shitload of points minus the game against Manly. But
Unfair.
They also humped someone else. Eels, maybe?
It was
Raiders,
also,
they
it was
raided you on
also
the Raiders.
Easter, dude. So, like, don't bring up this shit. Like, Easter is a very specific round.
I'm just saying that's why I went
A
against.
lot of religious people in the competition.
Where are we? Why has it got the old game? So someone go while I switch my.
Okay, Sebbo's going to change his bet. Eddie, what are you doing?
Brian Toto. That's what I'm doing. Brian. Nice,
Brian?
clean, simple. Brian Toto, 2 or more, 480. Just go to Brian. If they choose to go to Brian, Tom, if they make a conscious decision to say it's Brian time, he'll score 2 tries.
Okay.
That's all it is.
He scored
Go to
a double.
Brian.
He scored a double in each of his last 2 against the Warriors as well.
Go to Brian. Go to Brian. Nathan, go to Brian. Just go to Brian. If you go to Brian, Brian scores a double, I win. That's all I'm asking. Brian. Go to Brian.
Go to Brian. There you go.
That's it.
I'm going for, it's not an omen bet, but it's a like reading the stars. Now, tomorrow on the Hello Sport podcast, dropping probably at 6 a.m., we sat down with the 2 creative minds behind the Inspired Unemployed, Matt and Jack. Great fellas. Now, Matt has a relative, I think a cousin in the NRL that he was telling us about. Jackson Ford of the Warriors. So I'm just listening to the omens. He scored recently, not on the weekend because they didn't score a point, but I think maybe the round before. So the kid can score tries. Shawnee Johnson and is it Tamari Martin in the halves?
No.
Or is it Dilly Walks?
Dill Walker.
Good. Dilly Walks, right? The Warriors are playing well-ish. So I'm just going clean. If it doesn't get up, who gives a fuck? I'm listening to the stars on this one.
I like
Jackson
that bet.
Ford anytime, $4.
I like that bet.
Yep. I needed it. Sebbo, you've changed yet?
Yeah, look, my internet was a bit patchy there, but I finally got the right game. So I'm taking the Penrith line which is 10.5, is it?
Yep.
And I'm going to take Rando's Taruva little stat there. And that's paying, what was that, Rando?
$3.39.
Perfect. I don't mind that.
Beautiful.
Good for you, mate.
Yeah.
Well done.
Congratulations.
There was a lot of fucking around for that.
There was. Far too much.
Far too much. What is the Lippy doing?
Panthers 13 plus, Edwards Taruva $8.12.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, next up. Sharks Dolphins. Sharks Dolphins. This is a water animal game, right? I know that I didn't explain that well, but this is like an ocean dwelling shark v dolphin. And listen, in the battle of the seas,
It's actually the battle of the fish.
the fish. This is a fish battle, dude. This is a straight up and down.
Obviously,
fish
some
battle.
people think dolphins are mammals. They're not. They're fish.
No, this is a fish battle. Battle of the fish. Sharks, fish v fish.
It's a fish off.
Fish are $1.36.
It's just a matter of who triumphs, the gill, to gill or not to gill.
Yeah, the gill or the lung.
Yes.
Is that?
Yes. Although
maybe-
obviously that implies maybe that they aren't fish. But
No. So look, fish $1.36, and the fish are $3.15. The line 9.5, over under 45.5. Rando.
The Sharks, they aren't the greatest at Suncorp. They have lost 5 of their last 6 games at the venue and lost both games at the venue last year as well. So that's recent form. But the biggest stat of all is that the Sharks haven't defeated a Wayne Bennett coach team at Suncorp since 2004. They've lost their last 7 games when playing Bennett at Suncorp. If you put a plus 12.5 start on the Finns in each game this year, you would have won 7 times out of 9. I think that's the play for this one because I'm not too sure which Finns lineup is going to show up. There's always a hardy one there. For try scorers, Isaiah Katoa at right half has led in 7 tries this season, which is the second most for the Finns. The bloke beside him, Brenko Lee, has led in 8, which is the most. So I am looking at Teague Wilton here at left second row to try and run at those two in that channel. So that is my go.
Edward.
There you go. Listen, I think the Sharks win. I'm going to start there. They're starting to find their straps, as it were. Nico, obviously, at the fucking forefront of that. He's just too delectable, too delicious. So I think the Sharks win. We'll start there, punters and dribblers. Now, Asako has gone missing a little bit in the try-scoring stakes, and I just think that he might be cherry ripe for a try this weekend. Couple of weeks off, comes back in here, Sarko goes in, and nick her up because I fucking love the way he plays rugby league. I understand, punters and dribblers, that he may have deserted me for the last couple of weeks, but I believe in the bond we have, and he might be like a lost dog at the moment, just trying to find his way home to Papa, and I think this week he knocks on the door and I let him in. 10-18.
Hearing those stats from Rando re Teagy Boy, who I was on last week, and then I had Nickera in there. What I'm finding, though, is that sometimes, I know I'm going bad, but I find myself more and more scared when I've got similar bets to Eddy. So upon hearing Rando, I've fucked off Nickera and I've taken Teagy.
Perfect. That's perfect because...
And Isako, the way Eddy speaks about
bet.
Isako going missing, I think that's bad energy. It's bad juju or juju. And I think I'm just going to take it back to a simple hammer anytime. So I'm going Teague, hammer, Sharks, W, $9.
It's good for me.
It's good for me
because
too.
you don't hit. So.
No, but neither do you really. So
No.
you know,
I've hit about 10 more than you.
Yeah, I know, but
so
I'm like,
statistically, that's fine.
I'm keeping you looking good because I'm so shit. But
Exactly.
it'll start to turn soon enough, and Eddy will reveal himself as actually the worst punter. So that's Sharks, Teague, hammer, $9
Yeah, not bad. Look, I'm going the Sharks win. Again, I was a bit scared of the Dolphins line. I knew they tend to cover it a fair bit. But then I'm just going, this isn't necessarily a news cycle bet, but I think I'm preempting a news cycle bet in the sense that Nico, I think he has a game, like a fucking epic game, not just sets tries up, but crosses for himself in Suncorp.
Statement game.
Big, beautiful photo of him, scoring with Suncorp field behind him and that kind of the origin talk headline starts going real hard. So I'm just going Sharks win, Nico, 462. Just trying to preempt the printing press on this one.
Preempt the printing press.
Yep.
Wow. Lippy, he's going Sharks, Isako, Talakai anytime. That's 11.50. He's going the double tap of the Talakai. He's just had a hit on the machine and he's going back to try and get a little bit more.
Don't like that. Don't like that at all.
I'm not talking about Talakai anymore. I just can't. I'm not doing it. I'm out. I can't do it. We move on. Storm, Rabbits, Suncorp Stadium. Storm, $2 flat.
Yep.
Rabbitohs, $1.82. The line,
Horrific
1.5.
odds.
They are. The line, 1.5. Horrific line. Over under 41.5. Rando.
This is a real interesting game. It's a bit of a flip of the coin. If you take out Penrith, Melbourne have won 14 of their last 15 games at Suncorp. On the flip side, the Bunnies have won 6 of their last 7 at Suncorp and have won all their Magic Round games as well. Trell, though, has only won once in 5 games against the Storm. The Storm have won both games against the Rabbitohs as underdogs in the last 5 games. In the last 5 years. And Munster is undefeated when he's playing 5-8 this year. So I do like the Storm at $2. For try scorers, guess who? Already mentioned him. It is money. He has scored in his last 4 games at 5-8 and in 4 of his last 6 games against the Bunnies, including earlier this year. The Rabbitohs have also conceded 1 in every 3 tries in his attacking channel. So you just got to take him here.
Do you have any stats around Latrell scoring?
Latrell has scored... his last 7 games at Suncorp.
Last 7 games at Suncorp?
Yeah.
He's scored.
Okay.
Not a bad start.
That isn't a bad stat at all. I had Storm to win this one. They have a good record over the Rabbitohs of late. And I just had Storm Trell, just a flat Storm to win Trell. But then to hear money stats, if I go Storm Trell money, that adds a little bit more juice to my
That'll be
orange.
money, won't it?
Yeah. So I'm going Storm Trell money now, which I'll regret. And that's going to get me 15.63.
Yeah. Nothing ever changes. Tiger don't change his stripes. Yeah.
You can't teach an old dog new tricks. It's just as simple as that.
I get excited.
Yeah. Look, now that we've said that, this bet is probably the most likely one to get up for Toms, but it's still funny. I might throw something at it myself, $15. But myself, I'm just going Bunnies win. Again, it's a bit of a heart bet in the sense that we suck against the Storm, but now we're starting to get in some real good form. So I want Bunnies to win. AJ stuffed up a couple opportunities last week. Don't think you'll do that again. And Graham, 622. Fucking, I'm just going to double stake this one as well. You know what I mean? It seems to be going well for me when I double stake shit. So Bunnies, AJ Graham, 622.
Last week.
Yeah, but I got one before that as well, so it's technically 66.6%. And I got one before that as well, so it's technically 75% of when I double stake something, it comes off. So I'll take those odds any day of the week.
It is worth mentioning that it is AJ's 200th game for
There we go, perfect.
the NRL.
Love it.
So
Love it. It's everything's pointing to it. And 622, it's pretty good value. Pretty good value.
Olam. Is it Olam up against Graham?
yep.
Is he?
News cycle, Origin, Suncorp, Graham.
Graham has also scored in 4 of his last 5 games against the Storm as well.
Fucking scored probably in 4 of the last 5 games generally.
Listen, I'm going to stick with it. Campbell Graham. Origin's coming up. It's the fucking Magic Round. It's against the Storm. If he's going to stand up and make the statement of his career, this is it. And nothing screams statement like a double. Campbell Graham, 2 tries or more, $8.
Love it. Sort of. Don't. Storm Trail money. What's the Lippy doing?
Bunnies -1.5, Trail Munster 5.12.
Well, that's pretty much. Oh, no, it's Tom's bet, but Bunnies.
It's Bunnies. Bunnies inspired. Bunnies led.
Yeah.
Bunnies led.
Bunnies led. We move on. Tigers, Dragons. Poo Slinger City. Is this on the Sunday? Is there 3 games
it's on
Sunday?
It's on Sunday.
Tigers, Dragons.
Sunday games are...
Look, they're a bit how you going. Tigers are $2.02, Dragons $1.80. The line 1.5, over under 42.5. Rando, you got any stats for us on this shit pile of shit?
The battle of the DMCs. The Tigers have won 4 of their last 6 games against the Dragons. They have a 60% win record as the underdog against the Dragons in the last 5 seasons. The Dragons have never won on Magic Round, and they have lost 13 of their last 14 games in Queensland. So I do like the Tigers there at $2.02 odds. For try scorers, scorers, the Dragons' left side has led in 53% of their tries, with 11 tries going to right attacks in their 8 games. Max Fine lines up at left centre, and he has missed 5 tackles in a game twice in New South Wales Cup. So now into the big stage, it could be a tough weekend for him. On the other side of the field, you got David Nofaluma, who scored 8 tries in his last 6 games at Suncorp, scoring in 5 of those 6 games. So I do believe the Tigers go down that right side if they are looking for points.
I'm not going to lie. I was reading something there that had to do with the Manly Seagulls and potential player swaps, and it's just I missed everything you said. So that's on me.
News or DMs?
DMs. Dribbler DMs. Well, no, dude, that lot of news gets broken to us through DMs from dribblers. And this one, I won't say under wraps apparently, but I just hope to Christ it doesn't come true. We will see. Who wants to go first?
I'll go just based on dribbler DMs because it fits this. Mitch Moore, who I think's been a Lippy dribbler before, Roger Moore's kind of son type thing. He did a simulator session for me because I hate poo slingers. I can't figure them out. Can't get a read on them. Don't know what to do. So he's gone and simulated a Tigers versus Dragons game on like Rugby League Live 3 or 2 or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I said, just simulate that game for me. Make it a short game. Get me a couple try scorers. And what he came out with, the first game was a tie. Which is interesting for someone's bet. And then he did another game where it went into extra time. It was unders, so like it was a short game, but it was definitely...
It went to extra time?
Well, sorry, got a result in extra time. It was 12-6.
So first 2 games have been drawn?
Yep.
After 80 minutes.
Yeah.
After 80 minutes of simulated gameplay. So I don't know how long the halves are.
Doesn't matter.
But the Dragons won that one. So I'm going Dragons win. Under 42.5 for a poo slinger, I'll take that. And the 2 try scorers were both fullbacks. So I'm going Sloan and Buller. That's 32.74. I'm thinking that this is actually a better way for me to bet on a poo slinger than me looking at the bet myself. So I'm taking the simulated game, 32.74.
So what you've missed here, and what I didn't even know, I just went purely off universe coming to me, is that in the first 2 games of that simulation, went to extra time, went to Golden Point. I've gone this shithole of a game to go to Golden Point.
Is there any concern that the simulation may not have been 80 minutes? Do you need to simulate the full game?
No.
No, because it's
a game.
It's a game, so there's more try. Yeah.
I have just gone this game to go to Golden Point, $16, and now upon that news... Listen, I know, guys, that I haven't delivered for you like I should have this year. I know that, right? And I'm the first to sit here and say it. But sometimes you need to listen to the stars and to the universe. And for that to happen, how do you not go on this shithole of a game that no one cares about, go into extra time? It's exactly what poo slingers do. They drag out the pain. Like, when you want this game to be over, they're like, no, you know what we're doing? We're going to extra time, baby. Get an extra 10 minutes of this shit. So I actually really like it all around. Golden Point, $16.
Drawing out the pain.
What are you doing, Ed?
Mate, I'm going to go off this. The dirty merger club rule. This is how you fucking bet on
Shout
a
out to
DMC.
Liam Brennan.
Shout out to Liam Brennan. He's got a baggy green. This is the sort of work we've come to expect from him over the years. Now, when it comes to betting on a DMC bowl, you just got to flip a coin. So I've got a fucking coin here. Heads will be home team. Tails will be away.
So whose home game is it?
Tigers. Tigers home game. And then heads will be overs. Tails will be unders. For total margin.
Now, do you want to flip it down here? That's a heads.
That's it.
So that's Tigers to win? Yep. You flip a coin like an absolute idiot.
Tigers and unders.
Tigers and unders.
Yep. I mean, it's a good bet.
That's a good bet.
Yeah.
No, it's a good
Tigers
bet.
and unders.
And,
What's
leave
it-
it out
what's
of
it
your
pay?
hands.
Tigers,
Be about $4, just under.
unders, 360.
That's
Tigers
about
unders,
a
360.
reasonable price for a shit game as well.
Yeah.
Okay, and what about our Lippy friend?
Ravalawa, Nofaluma, and Buller, 1076.
I feel sorry.
He can
for this-
play, that kid.
The kid can play, but he's played 3 games for the shittest club, and everyone's like, geez, have they unearthed a superstar or what? It's like,
Yeah, I'm
let's
waiting.
give him a fucking second just to play some rugby league
Yeah.
before you start calling him.
Yeah.
Oh, if the Tigers finally, like, solved their fullback troubles and they've got a superstar. It's like, I think he's good. And I'm not, this isn't about the kid.
Greg
It's about-
Inglis comparisons will start up soon.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? They will. They actually will.
He
It
made
could be anything.
He made a try saver on Nathan Cleary that possibly won them the game, but Nathan Cleary dropped it up high and he tackled him around the ankle, so it wasn't really him forcing the error at
No.
all. He just made a tackle. But
He's a good player.
Yeah.
Just let's not start putting the word superstar.
Tigers
before
don't
or
know how
after
to
his
manage
name.
that because, like, your good managers at clubs and stuff, like even Ricky, deflect, jump in front
Quieten
of this
down.
stuff, quieten down.
He's
know
all
what I mean?
right, you know.
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
I'll probably, I might drop him,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
to like
yeah.
get you to stop talking about him and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
It was like
exactly.
when they were trying to, when the Roosters were bringing in Suoliti, and all the talk was about Sam Walker. Everyone's like Sam Walker, Sam Walker, Sam Walker, and it's like, yoink, got Suoliti here, bruh. Or the other way around. It was one of those two. Let's move on, shall we? I'm hyped up about that golden point, though, dude. That's got me excited. Roosters, Cowboys. Roosters $1.24, Cowboys $4.10. The line 13.5, over under 43.5 points. Rando, what's up?
Cowboys to win, and that is all. No, if I'm being unbiased, then I'll have to say the Roosters have defeated the Cowboys by 13 plus in 72% of their meetings in the last 5 seasons, covering the line each of the times they've done so. The Cowboys have failed to cover the line as underdogs in 7 of their last 10 games at Suncorp. The line minus 13.5, once again pointing towards that 13 plus margin. For try scorers, the Cowboys' right edge have conceded 30% of their tries. The Roosters' left side have scored the majority of their tries this season. Joseph Suoliti has scored in both games at Suncorp that he's played at, including a double last time out at Magic Round. So I reckon he's the best value at $2.75.
Yeah, I love
Sure.
the 13 plus.
I like 13 plus as well. Love 13 plus Roosters. Like, listen, let's be honest. Cowboys are fucking awful. And that's as simple as that. They're an absolute disgrace this season.
Yeah, they are.
And if the Tigers get a roll on, I wouldn't rule out a spoon. There, I said it. Tigers 13 plus. Was I jealous that Tom was on Satilli last week? Yeah, I was. Fucking oath I was. I miss Satilli greatly. And I hope to God he goes in again this week because Roosters 13 plus and Satilli for 673 just feels right.
Yeah.
Just feels right.
I'm definitely on the 13 plus train. I don't like the minus 13.5 line because, like, just give me a clean 13 plus. You know what I mean?
Just take it clean.
Just take it clean in case there's, like, you know, a field goal before half time to make the margin exactly 13. But yeah, the Cows are shit. Like, I remember. Like, I'm terrible at, like touch and sidestepping and ball skills and all that sort of stuff. But, like, I once accidentally... Remember when the Bulldogs came to school and, like, we played touch?
Yeah.
I once accidentally somehow sidestepped one of the Bulldogs
Didn't you
players.
also
Like-
chip over like Willie Tonga's head
Yeah.
and regather?
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
actually
yeah.
one of the most...
Yeah.
And
One-
the man could barely fucking kick a ball, let
Yeah.
alone chip and chase on
Chip
Willie
and
Tonga.
chase and a sidestep. Like, just came from absolutely nowhere. Tried to
You
do it
did.
the next day. Yeah. Tried to do it the next day. Fucking, of course. Like, I'm like, I don't even know how I did it. Just some magic came over me for some reason. That's what the Cows did last year. And now they're just back to their general shit vibe. And so Roosters 13 plus. Corey Allen, just because it's the left winger, take the cash while you get it. $3.05.
Yep. I went the alternate handy because the 13.5 sort of scared me. So I just changed it minor and just went to 11.5. The Roosters have sort of found a way to... They aren't overly convincing. They can score points, but then they like almost lose to the Dragons, or they only score 14 points against the fucking against the Warriors. So I just changed the handy slightly. And then Corey Allen 2 or more. Look, this bet I don't love, but I don't hate it either. I think Corey Allen scores at least one, so I'm just hoping for one more from him. And I think the minus 11.5 alt handy is smart from me. I think it's
It's almost like using your left hand. The
well,
other
I
hand.
am left-handed, so I'd be using your right.
Right.
Exactly. $8.02.
Lippy, Paulo Felt. $5.53 for 2
Yeah, that is gross.
ATSs. I don't like
Gross. We
Don't
move
like
on.
it.
Nah, it's gross, and we move on. We forget about it quickly. Titans v. the Eels. $3 for the Titans, $1.40 for the Eels. 7.5 is the line. 47.5 over under. That's a lot of points.
A lot of
That's
points.
a lot of
But
points.
this is probably there's no greater matchup for points
Yeah.
than this game. Rando,
Rando?
back us up.
Not too much in the overs. 67% of Titans Eels games have gone overs in the last 5 seasons. So you could
What, so
take that.
60% is good, but 67's not.
Oh, 67%, like not as much.
Oh, 50.
There's 4 out of 6 games anyway. Have gone overs. The Eels haven't lost to the Titans since 2017. They've won their last 7 games. The Eels have won 4 of their last 5 games at Suncorp, covering the line in each of those 4 games as well. So I do like the Eels to cover that -7.5 line. In terms of try scorers, I do like to look on the other side of the fence and see AKP, Khan Pereira, looking real good here. Now, the Eels have leaked 28% of their tries to left edge attacks. And AKP has scored 9 tries in his last 8 games. He's fresh off a contract. He's fresh off a double. He's feeling very confident. So I reckon that's good value at $1.83, which, for an underdog try scorer isn't much, but you got to take it.
You know what would make you super coaches a lot more sexier? If you don't make it AKP and stuff, but it's Carney P. You know what I mean? That should be his nickname.
Listen, because I was actually kind of going to say AKP kind of sounded cool as fuck.
right.
But I'm still definitely more of a Carney P guy.
Yeah.
Because everyone's
Carney P I like because it sounds like Carney, like Carney.
Yeah,
But
Carney.
you can sort of
Classic.
drawl it out.
It's such your classic first little thing doing like a Joshy Carr or something like that. You just
certain
like
names
that.
suit it. Certain
Carney
names
P,
suit it. Not every name
Joshy
suits
Carr, Cambo Graham, Trelly
it.
Mitt,
No, Trell is just Trell, right? Like you can't.
or Trell Mitt.
Yeah, Trell Mitt. Yeah, but like he doesn't get the E. Some names.
Trelliance.
Yeah. Look, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But Carney P.
Carney P is there.
I think Carney P is one of the great ones. Carney P.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying he goes over. Sebbo over 47.5. This is a matchup that's always going to go overs unless it's pouring down rain.
I didn't have Carney P in there until all this Carney P chat kicked off, and I feel like it'd be silly for me to miss out on the Carney P rhetoric. I just had Gutho 2 or more at $6 dues, but then you throw in a Carney P, which after that conversation almost seems a lock. You get 10.43. 10.43 for a Gutho Carney P.
Gutho 2.
Gutho 2 Carney P.
Oh, God. Listen,
I promised myself at the start of this I wasn't going to add anything either. I was like, you're not going to add anything to this game.
Of course you were, mate. I like Titans +7.5. I think they're going all right this year, the Titans. Playing pretty good footy. And the Eels have been fucking inconsistent, up and down, all over the fucking shop. I like them with 7.5 start. I liked David Fafita because he's all thoroughbred and he's playing a fucking great season. And Carney P because...
Oh, you added Carney P?
Well, I have to now.
You get it in the Carney P.
I must now. It's unavoidable. Absolutely unavoidable.
On the Carney P train.
Yeah.
Carney P goes in. Odds, punters and dribblers are 8.57.
Lovely. What's the Lippy doing?
He's got Eels Eels 13 plus. Penasini, David Fafita at 1981.
Beautiful. All right. All righty. Well, that is the games. All right, time for Rando's Hot Boys and Bet of the Week. We remind everyone that Rando just finally hit a Bet of the Week, so we're all very happy for him. But we will do our Hot Boys, Rando's Hot Boys and his Bet of the Week. Rando, take it away.
Best bet for this weekend, I'm taking the Panthers to win and Sunia Taruva to score. Now, the Panthers, they have won 11 of their last 12 games at Suncorp. They've won their last 6 against the Warriors, and they've won 19 of their last 22 in the dry. Sunia Taruva, really love him here to score on that left-hand side. Luai, he has 4 assists in his last 5 games against the Warriors, and the Warriors are conceding 1 in every 3 tries to left wingers. So do like Taruva, Panthers to win at $2.43. For Hot Boys, I had in Selwyn Cobbo. He's looking real hot here. The Manly left edge defense has led in a try to the right winger in 4 of their last 5 games. I've got money in there. He has scored in each of his last 4 games at 5'8", and in 4 of his last 6 games against the Bunnies. I've chucked in Noffa there, 8 tries in his last 6 games at Suncorp, and the Dragons looking pretty sketchy down that left edge defence as well. And then to round it up, I've got AKP, Carney P, everyone's on him. He scored 9 tries in his last 8 games, and the Eels are conceding the most down that right edge defence. You chuck all 4 of them together, and it's $22.21.
Nice.
Nice. Beautiful.
Good on you, mate.
Smoothie time. Smoothie time. Smoothie time. And I just made that. It's actually unit scooper time, but obviously we know what I'm doing. My smoothie this week. Shit, have I lost me smoothie? There it is. Jordan Rapiner, Jesse Arthurs, Brian To'o, William Kennedy, Trell Mitt, Junior Tupou, Corey Allen, Hayes Dunster. $426.78. That's all pretty fucking. That's all like.
Yeah.
That's all try score city. So
You've picked guys that can score.
Yeah,
I'll
I'll
pick
jump
guys
on
that
it
can score.
on the side.
That's what you've done. You've picked guys that can score.
I'll share that one into the about even group.
Look, I'm Unit Scooper. This is pretty annoying, but I think it still is a classic, one of Eddie's favourites, a box of favourites. But
Love favourites.
Love favourites.
with a small twist.
But I don't like all of them. I don't like
Not an
Turkish
ad.
Delights.
No,
Yeah,
Turkish
no.
Delight. But you know
Well,
what?
you know who the Turkish Delight is? This is what's this.
Oh, the
that
buy.
No. The Turkish Delight is.
Who got the buy, by the way? Who wasn't wanted this week?
Nice. Of course.
Sucked in.
I went the favourites, right? But all morning it's been tossed in my head going, well, if it's a DMC bowl, is the non-favourite the favourite? And I was trying to remember the chart and how it worked.
It's flip a coin.
Yeah, and then I was like, okay, what's the rule then? Eddie started doing his flip a coin thing for his bet for that game, and it turned out that Tigers they're the ones picked. They're not the favourites. So I've got Tigers in here, but in the whole DMC world, they technically are favourites. So it still is a box of favourites. I've got Raiders, Broncos, Panthers, Sharks, Bunnies, Tigers, the Turkish Delight game right there, Roosters, and Titans or Eels. Wait, where is it?
Well, you've got Titans.
No,
You've got Titans.
Yeah, I've written Titans, but it's Parramatta Eels in my bet slip here. That is paying $23.76. Like, am I crazy in thinking that all the favourites minus the Turkish Delight games are locks?
Broncos over Manly, probably not likely. That would be all.
Raiders, Bulldogs.
Raiders, Bulldogs.
Is a coin flip
Yeah.
as well.
Bunnies, Storm's a close one.
There's some close games, but look, it's not that bad.
No,
We'll just wait and see.
and again, like you'll scoop 23 fucking glorious units and keep going, and I'll fucking sit here with my dick in my hand just crying.
Yeah, cry. And that'll be that.
That'll be that, and that'll be that.
Oh, I've got a couple of hookers this week. Damien Cook, who just seems to pop up in big games, and Storm's a big game, and Api Coruscant because he's the heart and soul of that Tigers side now. And I think that if they want to get back-to-back wins, I reckon he fucking snipes out of dummy half. He snipes every week. It's just whether or not they pick up on it. So put them together, 23-37.
Okay.
Yeah, don't mind that.
Yeah.
You know, also Origin.
I
Suncorp.
don't hate
Yeah.
that at all.
Mate,
for
Coruscant
23
snipes,
bucks,
bro. He snipes big
for
time.
23 bucks, Ed, that's nice.
It's not bad.
That ain't bad. Now we move. Oh, wait, Lippy's got Critter, Cambo, G. You don't need the G, buddy. Critter, Cambo, Junior Tupou, Joey Manu, Mitchy Moses, 99.40.
Sure.
It's not bad.
Sure.
5 try scores, not bad.
Sure.
We move on to the 10
10 into
10,000.
10,000. Tom, you kick us off.
Raiders, Dogs. I was a little bit apprehensive to do this game, but such is the nature of the business. I've gone Jacob Kraz anytime, 250.
I don't mind that. I've got AJ and his 200th, $1.88.
I've got Sebbo, $1.53. Just need to get a lock. Tom's covering the value with the Kiraz 250 as well.
I've gone Noffa at $2.10.
Okay.
I think that's better. That's much better than last week.
Yep.
Yep.
Much better.
Feel better about it.
I feel much better about it.
Feel much better about it. Now we move into our magic multis. Basically, a multi that spells magic is how I'm assuming. Maybe people have taken a different tact than I, but it's similar to the unit scooper, but it's a magic-based one. So there's that. I've gone Moylan, Allen, Graham, Isako, and Campbell.
Jaden Campbell?
Jaden Campbell.
Yep.
Going to get 163.16.
Yeah, we're putting a unit on this punters and dribblers just for complete transparency.
Yep.
I've got Ezra Mam, Avarillo, Campbell Graham, Azarko, and Stephen Crichton. 78.65.
Nice. I'm going Maker, Allen,
You and Micah?
Maker. Sorry.
So you're using a combination of firsts and lasts.
Yes, yeah.
Is that fraught with risk?
I think in the world of magic, you don't want to do too EXO and OE kind of everything has to be uniform. That's more an accountant's bet. This in the magic world, shit's everywhere. You know what I mean? It's unexplainable.
What's the accountant thing, like assignment you have to do, like to become an accountant, chartered accountant or some shit? Is that what it is, the chartered accountancy thing?
Well, to become a chartered accountant, I think you've got to do something.
There's some like... Because that is, Sebbo, mate, again, it freaks me out when we call
To
him
get
out on
your
shit.
CA, I think
and
you
then he
get
makes
your-
good points. I'm like, why do we should just shut the fuck up around Sebbo.
Well, but then what would the show be? We ought to sit there mute for fear of fucking Sebbo getting a bet. I don't think so.
Well, right now, dude, that's where I'm at. I'm terrified.
Yeah, well, you're weak.
Nah, fuck off.
I think I'm really liking my Magic bet. You know what I mean? Micah Sevo, Corey Allen, Campbell Graham, Azarko, and Clint. Like Clint. He's Gutho, but don't forget he's Clint as well. You know what I mean? 38.98, that gets up.
He is a Clint.
He is a Clint, dude.
Clinton.
Yeah.
Can't forget.
Shout out to the dribbler who found the Clint's ad for me as well. I don't know if I mentioned that on the show, but he found the Clint's crazy bargains ad.
From
and it was-
Dubbo.
Yeah, from Dubbo. Fucking nostalgic.
Well, there you go. Good to know that he's been seen and appreciated. That's our Magic bets. We now get into UFC 288, I believe. Sterling v. Cejudo for the bantamweight world title, and then the co-main is Bilal Muhammad versus Gilbert Burns, getting back in there pretty quick after.
So that seems
Very fucking quick after
extraordinarily
fighting
quick.
Masvidal, which is why, because we'll start with the co-main, I've gone Bilal Muhammad for the win. He's on a fucking crazy win streak. Burns fought recently, and I feel
Did a job, but
did a job.
But
there's just
Masvidal's on the
something-
way out. It wasn't
Yeah.
the greatest fight of all time.
And because there was very minimal markets out there, and by minimal I mean win-loss for either fighter, I just went Bilal win because it was paying more 210.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, we're recording midweek, punters and dribblers, so we'll forgive Neds for not having all the markets
it's not
out
Ned's fault.
for the co-main.
It's the week's fault.
That's right. It is the week's fault. It's when we have to record's fault. And Bilal Muhammad, again, win streak. He's not the favourite. He's the underdog. So I'm just looking for a little bit of value. But with the fact that Burns fought fucking like last month.
Yeah. Seb?
Control C, Control V. I don't. Yeah, that's
you
me.
go.
You don't have an opinion?
Sterling Cejudo for the bantamweight title. Cejudo been out for a while. Sterling, he is with his third defence, I think.
Yes, I think so.
So I've gone Cejudo on points. He has got knockout wins, and Sterling has had at least one, maybe two knockout losses, but they're both wrestlers. So, look, there's only to say that both wrestlers means they cancel out their wrestling and they just fucking throw hands, which, as I say, it makes me kind of regret my fucking decision bet. But, fuck it, it's too late. So I'm just going Cejudo on points, 315. They're smaller, so maybe they don't knock each other out.
Maybe. I'm going to borrow from Tom's title fight rhetoric, which is a win in round 2. I'm just going to take Sterling. He's been out, so he hasn't fought since 2020, I don't think, so 3 years. Sterling round 2, $12 title fight. Let's just fucking put it to the test. Put the theory to the test.
I just picked which name I liked out of these two, like in a round 3. So like Sterling, what's it like Sterling Silver, like British Empire stuff, like done.
Pound sterling.
Yeah, done and dusted kind of thing. Like, you know, it's
He is
US
from the
dollar.
Bahamas, but I understand what you're saying.
No, but the name,
Yeah,
Sterling. Where is it Cejudo?
Yeah.
It's kind of got judo in it. It could be a Street Fighter character. So I was like, that looks a lot better to me. Cejudo, round 3, $19. Yeah.
Good for you, mate.
Yeah.
That's
how we're going to finish it today. That's how we're going to finish
We'll
it.
finish it on that.
We'll
It's
leave
got
it on
judo
that.
in the name.
Shout out to Neds once again for all your support. Neds group, About Even, Secret Passcode, Dribbler, live stream, Game Companion for KO Friday, Caxton Street Brewing. Come see us. Come say good day. Kempy of Bloke in a Bar fame will also be there. If you can have a punt, do it responsibly.
See you later.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.